Yeah! And welcome to this 1v1 game, played against two name change extraordinaires. We've got Homelander playing a 6YA, and he's up against Suojeluskunta playing Rugener. I'm not going to translate that, I can't be bothered. Though we're on Urban Frontlines today, looks like Red's got the good side because he could attack Fedor. I keep pointing this out and people still don't do it. I need to make a video, I guess. Anyway, yeah, deployments. 4 specs group at A, who only have recon forward deployed, and they're going in pretty hard there, which is interesting, given that KSK actually have airborne forward deploy. What? Alright, that's very strange. And behind that, we've got 3 Vopos in the SPWHs, yeah, and then these are supposed to be top players, man. What the heck's going on here? He's opened Heavy Arty. That's 230 points, and you're not going to have any targets for the first minute of the game because everybody's moving around. So why would you bring it at the start? And you know, unless he's going to smoke something, but he's not. He's just fast pathing it. So Motor Strelky, 6 urns, 5 urns, and a MI8T Luftstrom Jaeger Metis, 2 Recon Helos. Okay. Switching to his opponent, we've got 1 KSK going all the way back here. So is he just giving up on center? Okay, yeah, and he's exploiting the Fedor axis. And he's opened with 3 Mott shots at SVD. These guys got big buffs because now they've got an RPG and a DMR. And DMRs are broken this patch. You should have seen the video on it. If not, just trust me, they are. They deal over 500 suppression a minute. T55As at 1 vet. I bring mine at max vet, especially if you're going to buy 3 of them at the start. And a T72, so he's just driving a bunch of tanks into the town instead of just spamming out KSK, which is like his best unit, and he just doesn't seem to care about the sides at all. Not really worrying too much about those. Lots of AA, anticipating a 6YA heli rush, which is coming, and 2 Krugs, which presumably he's bought because he's expecting a MiG-21 Bison cluster to come over and kill all his tanks. So let's cast the game, and we'll do it from this perspective. Right, so they're off, and it's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners. They get their names on the screen, they get the videos up to a week early, or in some cases, months early, and they get members exclusive videos. If you want to support the channel, it's a great way to do so. If you do not wish to pay, please just write GG and like the video. It makes YouTube recommend the videos to more people if they get more engagement, and I have seen success in that. You'll have noticed my views are going up. It's because you're doing that. So thank you. And just generally, just thank you. I like doing this. I think it's fun. I like playing the game. I like watching the game. I especially like complaining about the game. That might be my favourite part. And okay, so he's changed his mind here. He's going for this now. And now he's changed his mind again because obviously all the urns are here, and his wheelie boys are taking an odd route. So I guess that's why the KSK was in such a defensive position, because he expected to get heli rushed, and he was right, but then he changed his mind and now he's dead. So I guess it was right for him to stay back here. So yeah, I mean, I don't know why he changed his mind. Maybe he could telepathically hear me from the future. So he's doing a good job with that CV micro. These guys really shouldn't have unloaded at all. Although the autocannon can really mess up the SPW-70s. And you see the WA whatevers are doing their job. My man Homelander here should really have a Spetsnaz group A in here. He should have taken these buildings by now. He should not be sat at the back like this. Okay, so SPW's coming in. These guys do get AT. He's got 13 AP, which is not enough to one-shot these. As you can see, this one still has 1 HP left. Might have been from something else. And yeah, he's abusing the range, or he's using the range. I've noticed he's not got any recon because he only wrote 1 KSK, which is dead. So that's a big shame, especially if you're going to do Leebin armored attack, which I just generally think was quite a poor idea. I would have preferred a lot more Vopos and Strellas. Vopos Strellas. Or, you know, Vopos and this 25mm W50 thing. So, yeah, there's a fight going on here. And certainly, you know, Homelander not really using all his guys, but I guess he doesn't have to. If I was 6YA, I mean, obviously the helicopters don't have ATGMs for them, and this would be a great time to buy that big 21 Bison cluster, but you gotta appreciate that there's probably Krugs behind. What I really don't understand is in buying 2 minutes income worth of heavy howitzers. Imagine if instead of that, he had 2 minutes income worth of T64 BV looking down this road, which is 2 T64 BVs. I can't remember if 6YA gets T55s, but yeah, like, this is just not smart. This is literally just a bad idea, buying 2 howitzers at the start. Like, certainly his opener was better, but he's literally just throwing, like, actively throwing here. Certainly from the Rugener point of view, there should have been some more infantry and less tank. Like, I'm not sure how useful the tanks are. They're working mainly due to Homelander's poor micro hit. Like, if he just moved behind that building, he would be getting mashed by 4 vehicles. We'll see. Suojeluskunta can see if he can get that out. No, he just sent it back in. These guys have DMRs, right? So it's difficult to do anything. Furthermore, this guy can't see that guy even though he's shooting at him, because this is recon. So it's got exceptional stealth, even though it's a 10-man squad. And these guys have good stealth, even though they're an 8-man squad. And even though this guy is shooting, they don't know where it's coming from, even though we can see it. But hopefully Broken Arrow's got a really good vision system, and then Warno will just copy that, like they did with the command and control game mode, like they do with everything. Broken Arrow does it, okay, we'll just copy them. Which is great for us. I mean, as a consumer, I like it when my games get better. So if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. Once again, I feel like an opportunity has been missed here to exploit the Fedor axis, because there's literally nobody in there. That was a pretty cool attack. Didn't kill him, but it did quite a bit. And now that he's got some recon here, he can actually see this. I suppose I probably should have zoomed in on this. These coffin launchers, sadly the range is trash, but the price is quite low. The giant S's are at 1 vet. That's weird. Oh, there's an... okay. So so that's 1 card of Giant S, and he's brought it with a CV. So this is now, like, you know, a full 2 minutes income just on this. And so that CV is really cheap, right? So it doesn't really impact things much. But yeah, there you go. So, you know, imagine if he... I mean, he's doing a really good job shotgunning these shells in there. He actually got the CV there. And that's very difficult to do. But... imagine if instead of that he had more... imagine if he'd bought some Lufstrom Jaeger Metis or a Conkers and had them in these buildings to kill all those vehicles. Imagine that. Would have been pretty cool. But alas, I do like the usage of the coffin launchers from Suojeluskunta here, or Russian name, as he likes to call himself now. But yeah, I don't think this armoured thing was a good idea at all. Certainly the T-55s at 1 vet is really lackluster. I would be bringing them at the highest vet you can, which is 2. And then more Vopos, get those SPWs firing, get those Vopos in there. Certainly seems to have worked for his opponent. Not sure what the plane is for, I guess the T-64 BVs. He's just assuming there won't be books, which are now on their way. And, yeah, the first plane was bought by the Rugener player, which is surprising. I would have figured the MiG-21 Bison, but apparently he thought a second Giant S was more important there. And just trying to, like, shotgun people with these as they run around. So, you know, this should be in that building. And this should be in that building, and this should be moving up these buildings. But that's going to be a very dead T-64BV. Okay, it survived. Interesting. And the books aren't in position yet, so they can't do anything. And yeah, he's doing a good job with the RT. Where's that coffin launcher? Okay, so it lost some HP there. Not sure what to. It might have been the RT from before. So yeah, he's moving these up to hit those buildings. And he's got all these okay, so now he's sending them over there. But why is the AA going that way? So he needs recon with this. Just a recon helo or something, because he can't see anything. But yeah, he's making do. And certainly Homelander's unwillingness to buy those high upfront costs, but you actually get your money back faster on a helicopter than you do from a car, even on a map like Death Row. Yeah, that dies to books, which are here now. And yeah, so Metis would be cleaning all this up in place of the helicopter ATGMs that he does not have. He's trying to move his T-64BVs over, but something about Homelander is always seems to bring a lot of his tanks on no vet. So they're both low cohesion, and they're not getting it back anytime soon. So they're just doomed to have terrible accuracy. Literally minus 75% of 60%, which means they've got, what, 15% accuracy, down from 60. Here we go, cool coffin attack. That was a cool coffin attack. Certainly don't want to be bumping you guys up like that. That was very cool. I do like that. He does need some supply for it though. He also needs to move the Krugs up. Like, he's taking so much ground here. And Homelander, you know, he's on the ropes. His decision to just keep buying. It's just this artillery. He just shouldn't have bought it. It was just a really bad idea. And that meant the tanks were coming out late, and he's brought the tanks at no vet, and he didn't buy any infantry ATGMs, so the vehicles have just got the run of the place, because there's no, like, imagine if there was a Conkers in here, you wouldn't just be able to have all this lot stood around not doing anything. But yeah, here comes the CV and some supplies for these coffins. I wouldn't be buying any more planes if I was in Finn's shoes, but I think he bought 2, and this was the second one coming off cooldown. But he knew about the books, so I think that was very foolish. It was very foolish to dive those books. It's annoying when I want to scratch my eyes, but my glasses are massive, so so I gotta go like under or over, and then, you know, it's I guess, like, I suppose you could call them nervous tics. I don't feel very nervous, but I'm not sure what else to call them. They can be quite annoying, right? So like I like scratch my nose like that, and I scratch my head, and I bend my fingers back, and I go a lot. So I do apologize for being a lackluster Warno YouTuber, but I'm the only Warno YouTuber, so it's not like there are loads of other people you could watch, so you don't have a choice. You're stuck with me. So, you know, Homelander doing his absolute best to get this artillery doing stuff, but... Oh my god, he's bought another one. Why? Does he just want to lose? He's literally throwing. Like, this is just a throw. Imagine if he had a T-64B. Killing all that. But instead he's got, you know, a giant S. A third giant S. His ability to kill individual, you know, 40-point squads is definitely existent. But, yeah. Just too many arty. I do like this. I think this is pretty interesting. It could be, I mean, so Rugener gets quite a lot of cheap units. Like, he could literally have just Vopposed his way, like, as his opponent's doing, who also gets Vopposed. Could have Vopposed his way in here with some Strelas and just taken that. The same, well, there's actually Lustrum Jaeger on the map. Incredible. So, I'm not sure why he keeps trying to do that into the books. He'd be much better off not doing that. So yeah, he's moving those, but where he sent them, they had to turn. If he'd sent them forwards, they wouldn't have had to turn, so they would have taken less damage. But It's not a big deal. He is on a +1. He should be on more, really, but he's just sort of refusing to buy the Vopos. Get the Vopos all in this. Get some, you know, like, this is cool. Get that to there. This is cool. Maybe put it here. Or just leave it there. Well, or put it in high rise, and then he can actually help in the fight. Hayo Tauscher. Pioneer Aufklärer Tauscher. I wonder what Tauscher means. I'm sure somebody will tell me. I've got quite a substantial German segment of people watching me, which is very nice of you, because there's a lot of German Warnoers. So I do appreciate you guys watching me, a brave Polishman, instead of your fellow Germans. But, like, honestly, what is going on here? What is going on in this game? Just what a waste of points. I mean, why not, instead of that, get a Jurgen instead of 4 of these, and then you could actually hit that. I mean, obviously the Jurgen's not as good as the Grand, but on 6th you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice on 6Y. I've also had a lot of other people tell me that I shouldn't call it 6Y, because that's like calling it 6TH. I know, I do it on purpose to annoy you. Trust me, I know. I've had a lot of people tell me that. So yeah, you got that Conkers, great. Here we go, coffin time! Down he goes, and yeah, Rugener gets its own urns. Honestly, on this map, maybe Rugener's the better div. But also, Homelander played it like a total moron, so maybe not. So switch to autocannons now. He's losing a lot of guys to the giant S's. Like, don't get me wrong, Homelander is getting kills with them, but it was, like, 1 I could understand more after a minute into the game, but buying 4 when you're this far behind is just very, very, very odd. It doesn't really make any sense. Very strange gameplay here. I like this Conkers. Obviously it's got a move now, it's going to get hit. But another thing is, like, you rate 4 in any way in a 1v1 is just daft. That's pretty funny usage of buck missiles, at least it's not a passenger plane. But yeah, so what you should be doing is bringing them vetted already, so you get 2. And, you know, you certainly don't need 4 of them shooting a 180 GM. Bring them vetted already and get 2 instead of 4. That's how I do it. You definitely shouldn't be spending 1,000 points on artillery. I mean, no wonder he's losing. So, more T-55As here, and it's just a case of, like, Finn could have got a CV in here ages ago, and it's just not doing it. Like, this guy, he's actually got 2 here. Like, obviously the Hilo one's probably not going to get in there, but you just load this back up, send it over here, put it behind this building, cap it, leave before this kills you. Although he seems to already, I guess when this fired, he probably assumed it was in that building. These urns did alright for themselves, but they are now out of bullets that need to be pulled back. And hopefully these T-55s just come in mid and kill everybody. Ooh, I like this from Finn. It's smart. Get those. I'm surprised he's buying the Malyutka one instead of the Conkers one, but the Conkers one did go up in price again. And this can one-shot 3 armored vehicles, and it's got mega, ultra, giga suppression now. The empty building's really taking a beating. And yeah, he's cut the reinforcements here, so I think Gnomelander needs to push this, and yeah, buy some. Does he get a recon healer? I don't think he does. No, he does. He gets that adder thing, and he gets the other one. He must do, because we saw him at the start. So, you know, a recon helo over here, and then helicopters, whatever helicopters are left, and preempting this. Suojeluskunta is bringing AA. But yeah, this is cool. Like, he's cutting all the reinforcements and stuff. It's smart. And yeah, so the car one can drive around in circles and not get hit by a giant S, but really having 4 guns on 1 Conkers, 1 would kill that. And yeah, the T-55A is taking advantage of the fact that, like, obviously the motor jockey's got good AT, but the Spec Scrubber A So it's now +3 for Finn, and here we go, Homelander's counter-attack. These are slowly getting cleaned up a little bit. I mean, there were 2 T-72s, now there's 1. But yeah, okay. I mean, this seems to fire quite quickly. Maybe that's why he likes it. I'll have to speak to him about that. Oh, look up in time! So he really showed that empty building there. And he showed that dead guy. Really showed that dead guy. So here we go, some Reservistan. They're going that way now. Because he's realised that something is happening here. And yeah, we can expect Homelander to retake this, because there's not a whole lot here. But if the Reservistan get in the buildings, then it's going to be hard for Homelander, and certainly his armoured blob is not helping him. It would have been more useful over here, I suppose. But this is working, you know, sweep this, get round to here. Because once you get to here, people can't get down this road, and then they can't get to Fedor anymore. So yeah, let's wait for something to happen. It's really not looking great for Homelander at all, and I think it has a lot to do with buying 4 artillery pieces, which I would expect from like a rank 7,000 player. I would not expect it from my boy Homelander. Trying something new is punishable by death. Never try new things. And yeah, so I guess this is why he likes them, because they also carry 18 missiles. Whereas the Conqueror's one only carries 10, which is usually sufficient. But in this case, he has actually fired 13 missiles there. But yeah, this just shouldn't be happening, really. So he actually did have 1 vet T-64s, but he bought the no vet T-64 BVs before the 1 vet T-64 Bs. Okay. So Saperi should beat Reservistan, but I can hear helicopters. Okay, it was these ones. But yeah, if obviously if these can help out, they're gonna help out. I'm a poet and I don't even know it. Here we go. The giant S's are finally shooting that thing. I missed the coffin there because I was too busy looking at the T-72 coming down this road towards those giant S's. It's on attack move instead of fast move. Pops 1, and then he surrendered. As soon as he lost the artillery. I guess that's what it was all about. So somehow, he got more kills. I guess it was the artillery. I really did like the coffin launchers, though. I think they were probably a bit more useful, and 1/3 the price. But yeah, he got a lot of kills. But they're less useful the more of them you bring. Like, you see that he bought 4, and only 3 of them got kills. 2 of them got quite a lot of kills. 1 of them got 1 kill, and 1 of them didn't get a kill. So yeah, it's a bit of an overinvestment there. Like, massive overinvestment there. It's a shame I missed that final coffin launcher shot. But do please let me know what you think in terms of the players. We've got me, I'm the best. And we've got Homelander, rank 33, with many games. I believe he's played more than anybody else in the game. In terms of ranked games, at least. Anyways, I will see you around.